So let me just elaborate on the short video I've just made regarding this morning and there being no water, right? So it was before 5 o'clock. I am an early riser, and I was probably the first to contact United Utilities. I filled out the form online, which gave my address, the surrounding area, the fact that there was no water. When I looked online, it said there are no incidents in the area. So I went next door to the community room, no water in there. So obviously it's at least affected this whole estate. Still 45 minutes later, an hour later, online, no incidents in the area. I then received a call off a lady. Right now, I've already given all my information. I've given my name, my address, my phone number and my email number. Now I get a call off United Utilities and this woman wants to know everything again. And I say, I'm not prepared to say everything again. She said, it's for data protection. I said, you've already got all my information. Yeah. I said, I do have issues with United Utilities, which I do. And I've already just given them my name, my address and my phone number and my email number, right? So why does she have to do that? So in the end, she says to me, she can't go ahead with investigating the leak until I give her all the information again. So I refuse to do that because I'm pretty sure, as you know, she's got all my information because it went through to her in the first place. But this is what's wrong, isn't it? This is the problem, isn't it? Everything's passed from one to the next. And the amount of information you have to give out now is just unbelievable. Let me go to the next one, yeah? The light. Yeah, the light's broke. I can't get up to it. I can't stand on a chair or anything, but it needs the whole area changing. It's cracked around the area where the bulb goes. Now, when I reported that, they wouldn't accept it as an emergency. Now, this is my lounge room, my main room in the house. Yeah, and I don't have any other means of a light apart from a lamp I bought, a few years ago. So I've had to dig that out from a cupboard and I've got them. But the light's very poor. And if you get up in the middle of the night like I do, and I'm not good on my feet, I've got to find an area to switch it on. I could leave it on all the time, but if that blows, I have no light at all. I'll have to start using candles. And they tell me that I can't use candles, right? So that wasn't reported as urgent. And that was Monday I reported it. And they're coming Friday afternoon to fix it, right? Yeah. This is the Housing Association, right? Going on from that, the window. I went to open the window in the bedroom the other day and it's on a latch type hinge at the bottom and that broke. That broke, pushing the window away from the arm it sits on. I couldn't close it. I had to go outside, push it with a piece of wood to close it. I've had to close it permanently. I daren't open it again and I might not be able to close it again. And I had to actually climb into the garden, which was very difficult for me to close it, right? Now they're coming out to fix that on Friday. But that, as I said, is my only means of exit in case of a fire or for any other reason. I have to get out that way. And there has been issues on here. There's been issues with a certain person on here where people are in fear of the safety and you just never know when you need to get out a different way. Anyway, that's not getting sorted till Friday, right? I got a phone call yesterday to say they were coming to do it on Friday. Sorry, next Friday. They're coming to do the light this Friday, but they're going to do the window next Friday. So that will be a fortnight after it was reported. But the first time it was reported, months ago, it was because the glass had blown and it's a double glazed unit and you can't see through it. So I reported that as like needing changing. Now, they never turned up. I had a date, waited in all day, no one turned up. When I reported it, the problem with it on Monday, as in the issue with the hinges, they said, we don't know why they didn't turn up. We'll try and investigate it. Anyway, I got a phone call yesterday saying they're coming out on Friday to replace the double glazed unit. I said, well, why are you going to replace a double glazed unit in a frame that's knackered, looks knackered to me, it needs a new frame in it. Well, we have to do that because that's on the books. You see, this is what the problem is. And don't forget, women can get away with refereeing and women can get away with commentating, or they appear to be able to do. But sometimes when they're talking to someone who's been in the building game all their life, over the phone, over booking, like I say, a repair like that, they don't really know what they're talking about, you know. They haven't had a lot of experience in it. But this is the situation that I'm having to go through, right? And I know there's people on here like you, Silver Surfer, saying, I've got a chip on my shoulder. And I realise I'm lucky that I can get support and help if I need it, you know, at 68 years old. But as I say, they're now going to come out and fix the unit in. They're going to put a new sealed unit into a window frame that's fucked, as far as I'm concerned. So eventually they're going to have to change the window frame. As soon as he comes out, he's going to see that the frame needs changing. Anyway, to the next one, right, yeah. As for the pharmacy, as for the issues with the psoriasis, I went to the pharmacy told me I needed to go and see a doctor, you know, and that the reason being because it's so widespread on my legs, arms and everywhere and all that. Anyway, I'd already rung to see the doctor on the Monday and they told me they'd be in touch within 5 days. Well, they got in touch yesterday. And again, this is the same old story again. They got in touch yesterday, sent me a text telling me I was going to get a call from Cumbria Health and that the call could well come from an unknown number or an 01288 number. See, again, what is this all about? I don't know about you, but I don't answer the call every time it comes in from an unknown number. They're obviously warning me, so I will answer it. Yeah, but I had to answer it yesterday, and I answered it yesterday, and it was nothing to do with Cumbrian Health. The system is broken. Yeah. I'm not saying things haven't improved since times in the old days, and I'm not saying you didn't have to wait for repairs in the old days. What I'm saying now is that the actual situation, that, you know, the rigmarole you have to go through to get this done is unbelievable. The amount of time it's wasting, the amount of, you know, confusion it's causing to both the tradesman who's coming to do the job, to the receptionist who answers your call, to you yourself who's having to wait in all kinds of times and people don't turn up or whatever. Do you understand what I'm getting to? Yeah? This is not me with my chip on my fucking shoulder, which I know I fucking have, yeah? You don't have to fucking point it out. But this is me explaining that the system isn't working, yeah? It needs to be revamped. I'm talking about a tiny little amount of incidents for a fucking crippled old fucking 68-year-old. This is going on all over the country with everybody, no matter what they're trying to get through to, no matter what information they're trying to get, no matter what kind of information they're trying to pass on. You're being fucking, you're just being driven into a position where you don't even feel like reporting anything, or you don't feel like asking for help. I think that's what they want, actually. I think they want you not to ask for help. Get on with it. And if you don't fucking cut it, mate, fuck you. Take it easy.